and welcome aboard the Island Princess. My name is Dave, I'm your captain. I'll be narrating our trip today. The first thing that we're required to do is to give you a demonstration in the use of our life jackets. So if you'll keep an eye on the crew, I'll walk you through that. On the upper deck now is Doreen, and on the main deck is Bryce. So you put a life jacket on, we'd want you to start out by unwrapping the strap that's wound around it, and open the jacket as wide as it'll go. Place your head through the hole at the top, letting the bulk of the jacket fall down in front of you. Pass the strap around your back. You'll find a hook on the end of it. Clip that hook to the ring on the front of the jacket, and then pull the loose end of the strap so that it fits firmly around your body. If we had to abandon ship, the way we'd want you to do that is to cross your arms over your chest and enter the water feet first with your knees bent. The life jackets are stored on the lower deck, suspended from the ceiling. On the upper deck, they're found in a couple of large boxes that are just to either side of the top of the stairs. For children, or anyone who weighs less than 90 pounds, we have a smaller version of this same style life jacket. It works in exactly the same way. These are found on the lower deck and also suspended from the ceiling, but up in the very forward section of the main cabin. And on the upper deck, we've got more child-sized life jackets in a couple of smaller boxes that are to either side of and just behind the pilot house. If you have any question about the use of the life jackets or any other safety equipment on board, or really anything at all during any point in our trip, feel free to approach either of our deck hands. If need be, they can get a message to me, and we'd like to do whatever we can to make the trip enjoyable for you. So if there's something we can help with, just let us know, and we'll see what we can do. Just a little bit about the boat we're on. The Island Princess is 72 feet long. She was built in 1973 at Bay City, Michigan. It's constructed of 1/4-inch aluminum. We're powered by twin Detroit diesel 8V2000s. These turn out 645 horsepower each, and they'll push this line at top speed of right around 20 miles an hour. We do have restrooms on board. They're found on the lower deck, all the way up to the very forward section of the main cabin, and then off to either side. That same general area is where a concession counter is found. And that's where the crew will spend most of their time during our trip. Got some snack items available for sale there. If you have an interest in any of that at any point during the trip, just go ahead and talk with Bryce or Doreen. They can let you know in a little more detail about just exactly what we've got. The upper deck of the boat is limited to 50 passengers. This is a restriction placed on us by the Coast Guard. It's for reasons of stability. At no time are we allowed to exceed 50 people on the upper deck. It doesn't matter whether you're sitting or standing or anything else. We have to ask that unless there's a seat available for you on the upper deck, that you please not be up above. You don't necessarily need to be in that seat the whole time, but at least there has to be one available with 4 people on each bench, plus 1 on each of the little life jacket boxes right behind the pilot house. That gives us room for exactly 50. Those of you who are up above now, I'm sure you're going to find after we get out of ways that it's going to cool down. If you'd like to go down below, you're certainly welcome to. And really more commonly than anything else is, why are these called the Apostle Islands? Well, the definitive answer is that we don't really know. Now, we do know that the name came from the earliest Europeans. These were mostly French fur traders and missionaries who first got to this area in the mid-1600s. When they got here, all of the Apostle Islands, 22 islands, there's 12 apostles that many people are familiar with. A lot of people want to get those numbers to work out somewhere, but they really just don't. That's most likely that the actual number of islands never had anything to do with where the name came from. And if there was a particular reason for it, it's just been lost over the years. see is there's a little opening in the trees, kind of a grassy little road coming right down to the shore. The quarry was just off to the right of that, within 100 feet or so of the edge of the water, but it's pretty obviously become overgrown. Originally, he was a businessman from New York. He spent about the latter half of his life in Well, he got married for the second time fairly late in his life. He was in his 70s. It was a surprise wedding gift for his second wife. Built a beautiful 3-story mansion. It used to be just in from the point. It was 3 stories with an observation tower, all of it covered in cedar shingles. Eventually, it came to be known as the Cedar Bark Lodge. After his wedding, Mr. Prentice brought his new wife out and surprised her with the place. She was surprised, but not very pleasantly. This is a very minor nesting site. Hundreds of gulls nests on both Gull and Eagle Islands. Most years, maybe.
Najdalej wysunięte. Popsuł się.
It's different in every single state or every country. So that's kind of awesome. Different cheeses in
Tam już widać Minnesotę. Tam te góry, widzisz? Tam co czego jest.
Batteries so that they can power some small electrical appliances. And the propane is fuel for heat and cooking.
Zrobiłem sobie
As we continue on our way now, all the land that's just starting to come into view to our right, and everything that will be to our right for the rest of our trip, is once again a part of the mainland. Most of it, until we're back within just a couple miles of Bayfield, is also part of the Red Cliff Indian Reservation. This is home to the Red Cliff Band of Lake Superior, Chippewa. The Chippewa have been in this area since about 1500. It's believed that originally they were an eastern woodland people living along what's now the Atlantic coast of the United States and along the shores of some of the lower Great Lakes. And it's thought that they migrated to this area at least 500 years ago. The Chippewa are responsible for a lot of the place names here. Currently, about half the islands are named with English translations of what the Chippewa had originally called them. And one island does retain its original name. That's Manitou, where we saw the fish camp.